Game is just about to get underway, I believe. We have our final predictions from our analysts, and I think this is going to be a tight affair. I hope we're going to go to a best of 3, but you never really know what's going to happen. So, let's throw this one over to our wonderful casters. Of course, it is Jackie and Snods. Guys, take it away.
Thank you so much, Dan. You do spoil us, don't you? But we are going to be jumping straight into the action, of course. CeX versus Radix now. Snods.
Yes.
This is quite a nice one for you. It's a lot of the guys you've been quite fan favourites of throughout the season. A lot of the younger talent that you've been nurturing.
Potentially. I mean, obviously, Eccles, close friend, recently departed from Infuse, joining this roster, trying to see if he can make a change on a team you wouldn't be expecting to finish top 4. Obviously, Radix, even making it to the finals here at the LAN environment was a shock itself. Nevertheless, though, obviously, for me, star players on the Radix side probably going to be Bodenmaster, and of course Artist. So with Artist, it seems like he was playing on Team Descent. He had that massive game versus Team Method, if you remember the first game of the season, 30 kills on Mirage, and actually Mirage will become a second map here. So Radix, if they want a chance at the upset and the Cinderella story, they're probably going to have some big performances from their star players.
Our man Artist, he's always bigger on the inside, of course.
Like a TARDIS, I like that.
Yeah, mate,
like
finally,
that.
we're working on it. Eventually, we'll all get that joke. But yeah, it actually did look pretty good. Obviously, they started off the season with a massive bang. You took down Method, that at the time was still actually one of the top dogs. They were basically the best UK team we had at the time. They've dropped off massively since then.
Oh, yeah.
Failing to actually qualify for the LAN finals as well.
Former champions, that's the
exactly. They were the reigning champions. They had been doing very well throughout the UK scene, picking up tournament wins left, right, and centre continuously. But now finally that streak's been really quite shut down. They can't find their footing, and it looks like they're just going to be resetting themselves. And Radix, the team that took that spot, they also took one of their players as well. So Team Descend got the win against Method, and then Radix took Artist from that team, banged him in the lineup, and then they've started to try and condition him into being one of their players and see what they can do.
Obviously, since that one crazy game at Mirage, hasn't really been showing the same form. Obviously, backstage and whatnot did, well, deem a little bit nervous, but obviously this is first LAN environment. We have to harp on that. Bodenmaster, first ever LAN tournament. The same goes for Artists as well. So for these players, about the experience, even if they lose 2-0 to CEX, what they can take away from this is the experience to try to come back stronger. But of course, you have to upset online. I mean, a few teams, I mean, you're looking at teams like Excel, they didn't qualify for ESL Prem finals, but they're a team that's a lot better on LAN, right? With Method, you brought up the example, I mean, finishing, I believe it was 5th or 6th, but a team like Method, yes, Excel, they have bad online play, but on LAN, they seem to conjure up a better performance. With Method, it seemed like they were both bad online and on LAN. We saw that the Elite Series and whatnot. But of course, it's about that transition from teams, how they come from online play, and how comfortable and how similar they can play on LAN, and that's the big question right now for Radix.
That's very true, and that's the thing with it. You can see it looked a little bit nervous, didn't the Artist, when we were seeing him on camera, looking like he was a bit shaky, couldn't quite get it off just yet. He needs to be able to get that out of the way immediately. You've got to jump into the action, try and get yourself pumped, play what you can do online, because the thing is, he's shown online from someone that didn't really have a name for himself in the UK scene. He's rose through, he's kicked up a bit of a fuss, and he's looking good. He's looking like he can potentially actually work his way through now, have a good first LAN display, and really start to make a name for himself. But they're going to have to go huge. CeX, they are currently, you've got to say, in terms of seeding, physically the best team here off the back of the online.
Online, yeah. Online, they were unbelievable, weren't they? But that, okay, big caveat for that. Obviously, they had Hemsky, who delivered crazy performances to them, even online as well. If you remember the UK Masters Finals, the only player that was able to frag versus Fish123 was Hemsky. He's now departed. Don't know which team he's going to. There's rumors here, rumors there, but I believe this all fell through. So right now for CeX, question is, can Dom, can Rezu fill the big shoes of Dancy's, of course, Hemsky?
Quite funny as well, obviously, Dom, the last team he played for was Radix, wasn't it?
It was indeed. I actually forgot that story.
They got that Epic LAN win.
They won Epic LAN, and then the team folded, of course, in typical UK fashion, win an event and then fold. But that's a good point. Just pure grudge match. Obviously, Dom playing versus former team, and that was only what, June, I believe. So only a few months ago. So since then, didn't really play on the team. And after the departures from Dancy's and Hemsky was brought into the lineup.
Yeah, it's very true. That was kind of the last sort of the drop-off of Dom, really. We haven't seen too many of his antics for a little while now, so it's going to be good to see what he brings to the table.
That's the thing. What does he bring? Like, in terms of roles, right?
Yeah.
For Dancy's, he was the primary AWPer. Then again, it seemed like Hemsky on LAN, for example, UK Masters Finals was Hemsky AWPing, and it seems like the latter portions of that CX lineup, Hemsky was actually doing the AWP primary over Dances. But for me, in terms of the playstyle, Dom's very passive. He's not someone that's going to be an entry fragger, going first. Question is, how is he going to be able to bring his form, his style of play into this lineup?
Well, let's see as the game is going to be kicking off. It seems like Eccles has already gone down, but it will be a B play that is on the cards. Link going to be on the scene now. Normally quite deadly when it comes to these pistol rounds. Let's see if he can try and snipe down the opposition. Taps down one man. Bodemeister will retaliate, though, as he gets that response frags nods. They've got sight control, but Rezu is waiting, lurking away as per usual, up to his old trick, seeing if he can try and slow them down into the round. They are picking them off. Not looking too fantastic so far for Radix. Bodemeister will be the playmaker here, though. Takes down Dom. Bomb goes down as well. They just need to try and get that next frag and stay alive. Hunker down into positions, but Rezu goes big as he finds that initial frag. Astro as well, and they do get the opening pistol round.
And there you have it. CX winning the first pistol, 3 players staying alive as well. The Kit smoke grenade on LS, just in case things went south. It's a big pistol to win in terms of the economy. When you CT side overpass, if you lose that pistol against the terrorist side, and you start 0-3 down, you have 0 money if you force into the second round, you're left in a rut where you don't have the utility to hold off the aggression from the T side going into those aforementioned buy rounds. Nevertheless, though, 1-0 now. CX will take the first pistol. Radix going for the all around the world strat where you go towards toilets, you make presence there. You saw them shooting, trying to bait a rotation from the B site. They wanted one of the 3 players towards B to rotate towards Heaven, to rotate towards A, CT, and leave 2 players alone from CX and try and have a 5 versus 2 towards the B bomb site. But as you saw, CX unnerved by the play there from Radix, and they stayed on that B bomb site. The 3 players there delivered hell to Radix.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, so it gives you a taste of what we're going to be seeing coming out from Rezu right now. You saw him actually talking a lot of smack. He was really trying to hype himself up a little bit there, saying he's going to be the star boy, going to be the man that's going to be really in the limelight throughout the event for CX. But I don't agree with him, Snods. I feel like...
No, of course not.
Back in his day, when he used to be Geordie boy, maybe there was a chance he'd pop a couple of heads here and there, give a couple of digs, but all I reckon we're going to see from him today is that constant support role, that lurk. I mean, we do see more of an aggressive lurk from him in recent form, but obviously there's been a departure from the team as well. He was actually coaching this lineup for a brief period of time.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Forgot to mention that. So, obviously, I mentioned before, Dances and Hemsky being on the roster. And what happened since then? Dom and Rezu were brought in. Well, actually, Rezu's always been on this roster for years now, I believe.
True.
So,
I think
it's 2 years this December,
every lineup CX has ever had since initially picking up a team in CSGO has had him on the roster.
Yeah, of course. So, a staple of the CX roster, but he was coaching. Obviously, when you're coaching, you're still playing pugs here and there. You're keeping your individual form up. I don't think it makes too much of a difference bringing Rezu back into the roster.
Yeah, it's true. It just depends sort of what do you trade off there? Because obviously what he initially brought to the table was the fact he was the IGL because he felt like he had the experience to do so, and that was very strength-led. He was the lurk IGL, and that was sort of how he'd try and work around there, provide the shot calls, and use the team to his advantage. Now Astro took over that mantle.
After Epic LAN, yep. When they finished 5th, 6th, they're absolutely distraught at their results there. And the thing is, I believe Rezu's style of calling, a lot of actually in-game leaders will like that in the UK. It's the 4-1 style of CS. 4 players to win one half of the map, and then you have your IGO, your captain, go, okay, I'm going to fake A, you guys go B. He'll throw, for example, on overpass, he'll throw smoke towards CT, flash onto the site, he might molly out bank, he might, if he's towards long, he might smoke out bank, molly out towards truck, flash over, and push the site, and try and, you know, sell a ruse, try and sell a fake, and try and force an over-rotation for the CT side, and that was his role, really, as the 4-1 style of CS captain. And now it seems like Astro, it's more 5-man style of CS. I mean, Astro going in first, I believe he's the entry fragger now as well. I mean, after taking out Dances, and of course Hemsky from the roster, bringing in Dom, more of a passive player, someone else has to take that leadership role and be that first player in.
Yeah, there is a lot for them to actually show today. It's a lot of ifs and buts on either side. It just depends who's really going to be able to show up the most here when we do get back into the action. And hopefully, we can see that continuation. So you get the opening pistol on the board, we expect them to get the following 2 rounds, try and build that economy, play sensibly.
Yep, of course. I mean, one thing as well, Rezu's saying he's the star player, but why was he the one removed to coach?
That's very true. A little bit awkward. that is sort of going to be the, you know, I'm the best man on the team.
Yeah, coach now.
Without me.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, very interesting. I think as well, I think he said that he's always at the top of the scoreboard.
I don't know.
Maybe he's reading it back to front and just got a bit...
Yeah, inverted screen, potentially, you know.
You never know.
Oh, dear. I don't know, really. For CX right now, there's a lot to prove. Obviously, UK Masters Finals, I'm going to be honest, pretty much choked. You saw how they played. Yeah. Compared to how they played online, they look scared.
Well, that's why they've got the bottles of water this time around.
There you go, mate. So, they were scared. They played very timid. They were apprehensive to make plays. Whereas online, it seems like their confidence is through the roof.
Yeah.
So who knows, maybe Rezu now being on the roster, sort of coaching can instill that across the board on all 5 of the players.
I think that's one of the things that he does actually bring to the table there, is obviously because he's been through it all, he's lived it for a very long time, he's experienced it, played back in Source, played all the way through CSGO, knows what he's doing.
Yep.
He can try and calm those players down that might be a little bit overwhelmed. Obviously for players like Dom, it's the first time you put them in an environment where they are on a big stage, really. We've only ever seen him playing sort of more
Epic
local
LAN and
tournaments
Insomnias. I mean, he won the last Epic LAN,
Yeah.
which is a good feat. Obviously, for the Epic LAN, there wasn't the best teams there.
Yeah, they obviously beat Reason in the final for that.
Reason was a good team, though. So fair
That's
enough.
true, that's the full Reason lineup.
Yeah, exactly.
Time.
So we are going back into this one. Radix, after getting the bomb down, they will have $2,000 across the board, which means if they save this round, go for Glocks, or if players got kills like Artists, they can buy the Deagle, they can afford that. Going into round number 3, they can buy the AKs.
Let's see though, is going to be kicking off. A little bit more of a slower stance coming out ready from CeX, playing it smart, just hold for the anti-eco, wait for them to push into them, and just really run them through the meat grinder with those SMGs.
Exactly, you want the kills on the submachine guns to stack up as much cash as possible. $300 per kill on the FAMASs, but it's $600 a kill on those SMGs. You need to utilize them now before the gun rounds happen. You don't want an MP9. A UMP is usable, but after the nerfs, it still isn't really too viable. But you want to disregard the MP9s, play aggressive with them as well, try to get the kills. And actually, LS, you could bring out the AWP as well if you wanted to. Having the MP9, he did buy kit and full utility with the Molotovs as well, so there's a chance he might not. Nevertheless, let's see what happens as they bombard their way through short.
They're going to try and take the fight here. Artist seems to be leading the charge. You've got LS as well, just waiting with the MP9 by Monster. So if they do push through when they go for this split pay, he needs to be ready for this and be on the ball, or else they will actually be able to bypass him.
Molotov goes out. 50 seconds left on the clock, and already it's going to be tagged onto Rezu, one of the B planes actually, so maybe that could be the dent in the armor here for Radix. Can they transform him?
Oh, he peeks out, gets one, tries to do some more damage. We'll get the second as well, switch out to Glock, but he goes down, but it's still all coming up CeX. They get the eco very nicely done as they work their way through, only losing LS, just the one casualty.
Yep.
It's an easy rebound.
And the thing as well, 2 kills with the MP9 is $1,200. The gun itself is $1,100, so it's actually made his money back there instantly from his 2 kills was Monster. Nevertheless, though, first buy round here shall begin. But Master, after the recent change, actually, I've noticed this as well, playing the AWP myself. The AWP now with the recent change to aim punch is actually really viable, even without Kevlar. You can be shot once, you can still shoot back, unlike before. As soon as you're tagged by a grenade, shot anywhere, toes, hands, anywhere. The aim punch was so hot, so intense that you actually couldn't shoot AWP accurately. Thankfully, that has been changed. Into the first buy round. It's going to be 4 AKs for the T side, AWP onto Buddermeister, but no utility. You can see smoke onto Eccles, flash onto Neff, and this is the problem where you buy Deagles, you buy your CZs, your P250s in that second buy round, sorry, where you go for the full eco, and suddenly you have no utility to use in these buy rounds. A map like Overpass as well, the utility is so crucial. You need the flashes to flash back the AWPers. Thankfully, though, for Radix, there are no AWPs for the CT side currently, but smoke, you need a smoke off front toilet, smoke off CT. You can see right now how important the smokes are for the CT side, smoking off the choke points. Actually going to be re-smoking Monster once again, but now finally some control from Radix. Oh my god, was he boosted then?
Oh, he went for the jump face. That's a very, very nice shot coming out there from Eccles actually to get the entry towards the bomb site. This leaves him in a massive deficit, so Link has to go huge. Peeks out, but he falls short. Snods. Eccles getting the double entry on towards the site. LS actually with the return as well. There is a hat-trick coming out. LS so close to getting the quad kill. Leaves him in a 2 versus 2. The battle of attrition looking very juicy right now.
2 versus 2. Kit onto them to the bomb. Being planted, Buddermeister though on the site with no Kevlar on the AWP. Such a hard position to really utilize that gun.
Oh, the headshot comes out as well. Cape is doing damage, but there's the miss from Bowden as he tried to go for the sexy flick. The Molotov will go through though, set ablaze towards short. Dom is doing damage with the FAMAS as he wants to try and make himself famous with this play, but it isn't going to be today. He will go down to the AWP. Radix grab themselves their first round here.
And there you have it, off the back of Eccles as well. The first entry there, the headshot onto Rezu jump peeking. Here it is. Awful jumping there. I just want to say that right now. He's going literally straight up. It doesn't shift or.
He's not going for the left to right, mate.
Exactly. That makes that shot a lot easier to hit. Nevertheless, though, round number 4, eco hit for CeX. Too many casualties in the last round, which means it should be another round here for Radix trying to equalize the scoreline 2-2.
Go for the double deagle as well. Link going to be Don in one. You got Dom on the secondary there. They do actually invest slightly, so they've got a kit. They have a little bit of utility to aid them if this round does actually get too close for comfort.
So for Radix right now, you want to kill all the players in CeX and have 4 or 5 stay alive. You saw what happened to CeX. They won that eco round. Only LS dying, which meant their money was strong at that point. Anyway, already the Radix goes down, trying to see if he can get the information towards long spots. 4 players, which means the B side's clear. You can see the instant reaction from his team as well. Radix gets the information, relays, there's 4 long, there can only be maximum 1 player towards B. They push B, and they have the B bomb site for themselves. That should mean Radix, in theory at least, should be the only player going down into this round here for Radix.
Yeah, no real reason for them to overextend. All they've got to do is hold. We might see a couple of the CeX players try and get those late round exit frags to do a bit of damage. Dom and LS would be the 2 key players you want to look out for here because they're the ones that want to go in. They haven't invested too heavily into this. They can't afford to lose these weapons. Link actually strikes first though as he takes down Eccles. They're making this round fairly expensive for Radix, trying to force that economy out of their back pockets. Astro does work as well. Neff overwhelmed. Snods, this round's getting a little bit awkward. It's just the time that comes back to bite them really, but Dom will find that frag. Gonna try and jump on the bomb. I think he just has this.
I believe he does. It's going to be the 2-man retake there from CeX. 2K there from Dom. Getting that first kill towards CT low as well. I mean, the job of that player towards CT low is to hide. The player short relays the information. When there's someone towards CT lower, he peeks out, shoots 2 people in the side of the head. Instead, though, people already getting greedy for kills on the Radix side, and they give away their first, well, second eco round of that. It's going to be 3-1 now. CeX win the full eco. Just the Eagles, sorry. There was no armor, there was no kits. Radix peeking 1 by 1, and they just give away the round.
That's more as well. That level of confidence we've actually seen from CeX there is what we haven't seen them display on LAN. Normally they're very timid on LAN. They don't want to try and go for these more ridiculous rounds where they might run a bit of a risk in trying to get those rounds off, but they actually do find success there. Radix now just left confused in what to do. Go for a classic play, just try and sprint your way up through toilets, but Dom is waiting. He's got the hall pass. He's denying anyone entries. He'll get the first frag. Tries to get the second, but he eventually will slip over.
Man advantage here for CeX though versus the full eco coming out from Radix. They have CZs but no Kevlar. Bullets from these M4, demolish them. And there you have it. It's going to be the 4 versus 1 now. Neff last alive, and if only we saw this from Radix in the last round. They needed to win that eco round to make it 2-2, force CeX to use the money they have in their inventory. If they won that round, forced an eco again, this could have been 4-2, 5-2, or something ridiculous like that. But instead, Radix right now are going to be replaying that round over and over again in their head for days to come if that comes back to bite them later on. Anyway though, Neff gets one on to Rez, so that's extra cash taken out of the CT bank.
Biggest thing they can do as well is try and deny that economy. He's left in a scenario where winning the round is incredibly unlikely, but being able to just wean out as many players as possible, force out those rebites is actually looking doable. He does get the second frag there. Eventually will be traded out by Link. Here's the thing as well though. Astro actually got that free AWP off the back of the buy from Radix, so he's been able to carry that over, which leaves him in a pretty good spot. Now in terms of AWPing, a lot of the players on this server are going to be very flamboyant, very flashy, and very ferocious with a weapon.
Speaking to Rezu online, he said that Astro wants to be the primary AWPer now, and already he's going to be the one wielding that weapon. It's going to round number 6, the 4-1 advantage for CeX on the CT side. Again, 4 AKs, 1 AWP for Bodemeister, but look at the distinct lack of utility right now. But who needs utility? They're going for the fast monster rush.
Be charging their way straight through, trying to go for the contact players. He will slowly edge round. There's the opening frag. Now just tone it back. You've got the opening kill. All you've got to do is play effectively from trades, from back points, and you should be able to win this one out. Link as well, normally very dominant from this position. They don't have a Molotov to force them out of position as well, Snod, so they left themselves in a massive deficit here. Massive oversight as they will sprint by, but they get past it 4 by 3. Eventually realizes what's going on and will be able to snub it out, but he's still just waiting for the push to come towards him. Doesn't want to overextend, but Eccles and Neff, they're starting to strike. Eccles does work as he gets that headshot, leaves in a 3v3. There is potential when Neff furthers it as well as he finds that frag. This is good, but Dom on the retake from the rear, just how he likes it as he starts to strike, gets the double. Dirty Dom going big as it comes down to a 1 versus 2 for Neff.
Neff. Flashbang, all the utility he has, he uses it, gets towards sandbags. This could maybe catch CeX off guard if they don't expect it. The Molotov goes down, gets the first kill, but now he's burning alive from the Molotov and eventually will go down, and there you have it. 5-1. Only 1 player staying alive though. It's going to be Rezu for the CeX side, but nevertheless, the round is won. The buy round is won for CeX on the CT side. I mean, initially, it looked all CeX. They got the first 2 kills. It's a 5 versus 3, but then with those smokes, actually, there's a gap in the smoke that Link through. That gap, Neff abused it. He found 2 kills onto water and towards, well, under heaven, basically. And of course, the player going down towards barrels as well as Eccles found him. And then you have it 5-1 being the scoreline now. Radix again on the weak buy. We're seeing them buy pistols again and again, and then we see them on the buy rounds with a distinct lack of utility. If they had Molotovs for barrels, if they had smokes for center site, for heaven, for lower city flashes as well, that could have been their round, but instead they just want kills with these upgraded pistols.
Yeah. Once again, you can see as well, sort of starved for any idea, just more of a desperation play. You're going to try and work your way through toilets. Is their best bet, potentially. Try and trade for each other, do damage if you can to the economy, get the bomb plant, but that's always a big if.
It is indeed. Anyway, though, 1 minute 15 on the clock. Bomb towards middle, and you can see right now all the players from Radix are going to be grouping together towards toilets. Eventually, do they have any utility? No, they don't. No grenades here, so it's going to be the dry peaks from the Deagles. They need headshots right now, Jack. They want a chance of taking the side, and there you go. There's the first there for Bodenmaster.
Talk about headshots, and he starts to show you them as he's finding these frags. Unfortunately, it's just going to be the one. It's the double kill coming out from LS, leaving them in a 4v3. Now, they want to try and restrict as many casualties as possible here. They do not want to lose any more players. Just hold back, wait for the push come towards them.
Man advantage here for CeX. Right now, though, only one player's fallen. Astro died with the AWP. LS going to be picking that weapon back up. And now 40 seconds left. You can see Eccles has to be the man to try to take down the player towards default. That's LS with the AWP. Let's see if he can catch him off walking through the smoke potentially.
Oh, he's going to try and pop out. Dom will find that fragment towards Capers, though. Eccles tapping away with the P250, but it's unlikely he's going to do too much. Ardis could strike it with the CZ, but Dom actually finds that frag as well. Dom, he's looking pretty good right now. I mean, he was the catalyst that won them round number 6, so really starting to step up to the mark. I feel like he does have so much potential. We saw that with Epiglan. He just needs to find an environment where he feels comfortable. That's the biggest factor for him, and it looks like right now he's actually feeling it.
Yeah, indeed. It's important as well you get players like Dom, like Link, like Astro, early kills in the game.
Yeah.
They need early momentum. Some of these players are momentum-based players where if they get 2k in the pistol, kills versus the ego. Yeah, they need the confidence boost to have confidence into those peaks and to go for the early plays to see if Eccles, but actually Neff this time could try to replicate the kill towards boost. Resi there, going for a different angle of approach. Catch Neff on guard, and there you have it. The boost will actually start in the first kill for CeX once again. LS does get tagged by Eccles though. Let's see, Eccles going from short, trying to see if he can equalize the numbers 4-4.
Talking about confidence as well, Boden, someone I want to touch on right now. Normally very aggressive, very in your face, wants to take the fight towards you. We haven't seen that. His AWPing style as well, we've only seen a couple of rounds where he actually donned the weapon, but it doesn't look like himself.
Yeah, of course. Nevertheless though, bomb towards T-spawn still, so Radix, they can still go back towards it. They have control of Connect, which means they can go for the fast rotations back and forward between the sites. But you can see once again they're going to be taking their approach towards B. But Master now with the AWP towards one stop, going to be going for the contact play, but no one's peeking him just yet. Let's see though, LS with the M4, will he give away the first kill?
Oh, beaks out. Slow contact line. LS just waiting. They do face together. Nice headshot there as there's a little bit of damage, but the confidence isn't going to work out for him. Overextends as he repeats. Capers and Ardis get the double kill. Rezu does strike though, but now they know his location. The smokes are going down. This is smart. Block off any line of sight for the CTs. Leave them restricted and starved for info as they get the bomb down. 2v3. It's going to be an awkward retake, but they do have the utility to support them.
They do indeed. Man advantage here for the side of CeX, but as I say that, Rezu, the star player, will go down. 2 versus 2, kits for the CT sub, Molotov, double flashbang as well, but they need a smoke for that bomb, and they have it. Dom walks again into the crosshair there from Capers. 24 HP from Capers, gets all 3 kills. They're pushing from water, catches Rezu off guard. I don't believe Rezu actually knew where he was being shot from.
That is a very, very nice showing from Capers there. One of the players you don't really expect to go absolutely ridiculous in these sort of scenarios, but really starts to get himself pumped up, shows off a massive round. If he can try and continue this as well, this is the Capers we need.
Exactly. 24 HP. Those M4s do 24 damage in 1. AKs do 27 in 1. 1 bullet would have taken him down then, so the crisp first bullet headshots there were crucial in taking down the side of CeX there. 6-2 now. It's going to be another force play from CeX. You can see Deagle onto Link. Sees him to LS. 2M4, or 3M4, sorry, to the side of CeX. No AWPs though, but actually the AWP hasn't really had too much of an impact there. Astro did get the first kill with the buy rounds, but then again, since then, hasn't really been too impactful. Radix, they've had success towards that B-bomb site. Are they going to try and replicate that and go back towards B? But already, first kill found onto Dom. One of those M4s, one of the 3 already taken down. And Burden Marshall as well. Talking about form, when he needs to step up, finds a nice headshot there onto Astro.
Starting to leave them looking black and blue right now as they find these frags. It's not going too well from Neff as well. Wanted to try and heat things up, but unfortunately will fall short as LS trades him back.
4 versus 2, sorry. 2-man advantage right now for the side of Radix. You might even just save here if you're CeX. Save towards the B-bomb site. You can see they're going together as a quite tag team, but they've been walking to Eccles cross. They get the first. Unfortunately, they would eventually be traded out by the Deagle. And now they're 1 versus 3. Has full utility, has a kid, smoke, wants a flashbang, but the AK, the bomb plunged towards A. He's got 40 seconds there to defuse, so probably best of it just to save the AK into the next round.
Yeah, just go for the full commit here. Just back off. Hold on to the weapon. There's no point just getting rid of it carelessly right now because the risk versus reward factor, if he does enough damage to them to even make it worthwhile, it's just unlikely.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can try and get exit kills here. if the Radix side's economy is low. Then again, it's a big if. It's a risk as well. If you go down, they're going to kill. You've basically just thrown away $4,000, $5,000 worth of investment. When you think of a rifle, full utility, diffuse kit as well, and Kevlar and head armor as well. Don't know why he's bought that, but nevertheless. So, we go into round number 10, I believe. 63 being the scoreline now. Radix finally finding a footing in this game, but still only half the rounds the CeX have managed to put on the board. It's going to be the Eco coming out from them. Link has a Deagle, so you can throw that down to one of the other players in his team. He's going to give that to Dom. So, 3 USPs. Deagle onto Dom, and of course, Link basically armed to the teeth there. AK for utility. And the diffuse kit. Mac 10 there for Echo is going to try and see if he can stack up as much cash as he can versus the unarmored opponents and going first. But Link, yes, to go huge if he wants a chance of changing the outcome of this round.
Oh, Dom's getting cheeky as well as he wants to sneak up with the Deagle. He's caught out in the open, unfortunately, will fall short as Echoes just runs straight through him with a Mac 10.
Already, the Mac 10 finding kills, $600 is the bank of Echoes. Bomb towards party, so right now for Radix is holding, there's waiting, they're trying to see if they can feel out any more kills towards the A side. I know Astro should be here as well. Knowing where these players play, when you press tab, seeing who's alive, you sort of expect where players should be on the map. If there's A players, if they're B players, where you should go, how many extra players you should be expecting towards the sites. But already, 4 versus 2 versus the Ecos. Looking good, but actually Link here has approached the site now.
Oh, just on Link. He's already had 2 frags into the round. He's trying to ace it to pick this one up, but he wants to make that dream a reality as he will get that headshot towards Neff, leaving him in the 1v2. Now, aware of the situation, going to work out the most likely is going to be that late round B play. They have a fair amount of time to play with here, so they can try and set themselves down, get in a good after plant, work out how they want to play this round. There's no reason to rush it. Bowden on the aggressive face, though. Link needs to be ready as he will peek round, just as he readjusts with the timing. He has a flash and a HE. He's got that all-important kit as well. Flashbang going to go over. The timing's fairly awkward, though. Does blind him, but he's going to be running straight into the unknown. Will he spot them out? Unfortunately, yeah, residue of the flashbang there. Going to leave him a little bit blind. Bodemeister will take him down.
Yeah, didn't see the head there towards water from Bodemeister. Nevertheless, though, another buy round to come to fruition. Round number 11, 6-4, sorry, 2 round advantage here for CeX on the CT side. After claiming the pistol, only having the 2 round advantage after being ecoed there by Radix. So, you can need some big plays for Radix right now. If they make this 9-6 and they win that pistol, make it 9-9. For a team like Radix, I feel like they're going to struggle on the T side and be more fluent and cohesive on that CT defense. But already, talking of defense, Link has to go huge, and already he must have thought he killed the player.
A bit awkward. You can see not quite sure how this round's going down as they struggle a little bit in that scenario. LS, the only man really on the side that's trying to defend it whilst he waits for the rotate to come in. The amount of aggression coming through as well as they just unleash hellfire through the smoke, just rattling off those pot shots with the AK-47s. It's all on Dom and Astro. And I'm not surprised they are going to opt to save this one. Way too risky, too close for comfort. And the scoreline now, from what it was, starting to tell a completely different tale. Looking very close as we will now get to a 6-5 line.
You saw what happened there towards Monster from Link. Starts spraying, gets Artist down to, I believe it was 10 HP. Thought he killed him, took his aim off of him, readjusted it, or just, well, stopped shooting, waited for the record to reset, and aimed onto the next player. But the problem was, he adjusted his crosshair too early. It's a died of no entry kill, and that means 6-5 now. CeX saving 2 weapons, which means they can potentially force us to the next one. Then again, I can't remember how many rounds they've lost. I believe it's 2.9k, yeah it is, so they can drop Famases if they want to go for the buy, but already it seems rather fruitless. Just eco this one, make it 6-6, and try pull out a 9-6 half.
Buys are going to be coming in though, working out what they actually want to go for. Heavy reinvestment as you see the 3 CZs, the AWP, and obviously the M4 as well. Now, talking about the AWP, Astro. Looks like the cards are going to be working in his favor. That flashbang actually halts him as he didn't want to go for the aggressive face towards mid. Now, he needs to be so key. He is the catalyst and the critical factor in deciding whether or not they get this round. Has to be very effective with the AWP.
At some point, though, he has to realize that potentially Radix could go up towards A long, and already the flashbang will give away the plan here from Radix. Astro expects the play. Now, if they can smoke off bank here, walk up the right side of A long, flash over, blind Astro, and swarm the site, there's nothing really that the AWP can do. I mean, you can get 1 kill, but then you're swarmed, you're overrun, essentially. And while you cock your rifle, you should be traded out. But into round number 12, 1:05 left on the clock, the bomb towards A long. You can see already Capers and Eccles trying to see if they can get entry and force a rotation here. If Eccles found that kill, that could have potentially forced one of the rifles or the AWP from Astro towards that B site. That's what you want from Radix right now. Nevertheless, they are walking up A long. If that flashbang comes over, Astro could be caught off guard.
Try and go for that play now, depends on the timings. They will push their way through. Eccles goes down, Artist as well falls. They're finding the critical frags. They need Astro with the AWP. I said he had to go huge, and he is definitely starting to show that as he goes big so far. Finds these massive impact frags. KPiz falls as well. It's all on Neff in a 1v4. Astro might let it slip as he panics ever so slightly, but Neff could definitely do damage right now as he roams around, ready to try and strike. He'll only get one, though, Snods, as his reign of terror is short-lived.
7-5, CeX winning a round off the back of just one M4 and one AWP. No kills from the AWP though, it's from the CZs and the M4 there from Dom. Astro right now 5-8. The man really pulling ahead for the side of CeX to LS. 15 kills and 8 deaths for him. After 12 rounds being played on 15 kills, he's averaging above 1 kill per round. So great performance so far from him. Usually the support player as well. Usually it's LS. We saw on the pistol run as well. He was the one to buy the smoke and kit. Nevertheless, enough of the support players and into the aggressive plays and the entry fraggers as Link lines up 2 players.
Oh, Link's doing damage right now as he starts to go Q's around the spray as well. It's beautiful. Link runs his way through all of them, cutting him down with the Master Sword. It seems he starts to work his way in. Bodemeister will retaliate though as he finds the flick with the AWP, leaves himself in the 1v2. It is doable. But does he have the prowess and the skill to pick this one up right now as he walks around? Rezu just lying in wait, ready to strike at the correct timing, and he misses it. Rezu, the star man himself, living up to the name.
8-5 now. Look at the money here from Radix. They might just save here and fall by into the next one. But look at that, they just line up for Link there. Gets the 2K. And then from there, just sprays that guy through the wood and then goes for the nice. You see, that's a hard spray as well.
Yeah, it's true. It was very, very nicely done. You can see the composure on him.
Plays on a very low sense, and what that means is he doesn't hit the flashy shots, but he's very good at the consistent sprays and the first bullet accuracy. Nevertheless, there's going to be the half buy. I mean, Kevlar to 3 players, Tech9s as well for the upgraded pistol runner for Radix as they go for the Tech9 buy, trying to see if they can rush down the AWP onto Astro, but actually they get cold feet on that one, and they regroup outside B once again. It's looking likely that CeX get to 9-5, a potential here now for CeX to get double digits on their CT half.
Radix thought that they were going to try and start to take the lead here, get themselves towards those double digits, but it's not looking like it. Right now they push through. Rezu going to find that initial frag. There is the return fire from Artist, but it's only going to be the one. A bit of a panic from Link this time around, but he eventually will be able to slow it down. LS just charges in with his sidearm as well. Finds that headshot. It's a hat trick for LS. 9-5, seeming like they will be able to get a 10-5 scoreline here if they keep this level of aggression up. They're looking good. The rebuy comes through for Radix. We have the AWP on Boden. We need to see Boden really start to give something, bring some energy to the table, do anything here.
Yeah, it's crucial. Usually one of the biggest performers on the desk as well. I believe Gaskin brought up the fact that in terms of stats, statistically, Bodemeister is definitely up there right now for the side of Radix.
Yeah.
But they need him to perform when they need, well, essentially, as soon as possible. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem. I mean, usually CeX just talk about as players that don't really muster up the same level of performance on LAN, but right now, Radix, but it's expected. This is Bodemeister's first ever LAN. Artist's first ever LAN as well. When you play on LAN as well, it doesn't feel the same. Artist is someone that's changing his sensitivity constantly, changing his settings all the time, resolution, whatnot. He's someone that doesn't feel comfortable, and when you put him in a LAN environment, it's going to take a while for him to adjust and really find his footing. So, 1:05 left on the clock. It's the final round of the first half here, Jack, and already CeX are the ones pulling out first. 9-5, Flash comes out towards B short, and again they're going towards B. LS has been a monster towards the B bomb site. Runner left to try and take him down the boost, could catch Link off guard. I believe he's not ready for it, but actually, Rezu saves the day. 2-man advantage here for the side of CeX.
Ridiculous stuff there. They gamble to play it all on back, but it's come up right now. It's not looking too good as they will be pushing in. They're going to try and find these frags. They will sprint right in towards the site. The flashbangs are soaring through the sky. You can see Artist just waiting for the correct moment to strike, but it's not looking too great. KPiz range to AK. That's a juicy headshot. Absolutely cheeky stuff, but Dom returns fire. 3v2. We've got 30 seconds. Link could have been incredible, but they actually do spot him out. 2v2 like this, sure they're low, but they have afterplants. They have the time to play with. It just depends on how Dom and Astro play this.
Only a flashbang as well onto Dom. There's no smoke. You can't go for the smoke defuse. Force the peak. Someone has to tap the bomb, and it has to be quick here as well. Bomb planted for short. Let's see now. Dom has to tap the bomb, though. They have no reason to peek. They have no desire, but actually KPiz faces and so does Neff, and there you have it. One tap from the bomb from Astro, And both the players come out of hiding, they walk into Dom's crosshair. 10-5 with the score on the first half, a 5-round advantage going to the T side here for CeX.
Absolutely just ridiculous. I mean, Dom, looking fantastic. I think it's got to be said, so much finesse has been going through. Clutch scenarios, in terms of composure, he's been looking ice cold. It's been absolutely fantastic from him.
Yeah, I mean, before the game as well, he came up to me and said, I'm feeling crisp. So hopefully that translates into kills, and right now it is. But for me, the man of the show is LS. Crucial kills, it's not eco kills. Some of the kills we're seeing where it's just spray downs towards Monster and whatnot. LS towards that B-bomb site where Radix have been favouring as well on their T side when they've been executing. LS has been the staple, the guard to hold off that bomb site and really keeping CeX alive into this one.
Yeah. A lot of good plays coming out though from either side here. The flamboyant ones are definitely on the side of CeX though. You're seeing those clutch level plays. Huge late round impact frags that have been able to time things together, get them back in the scenario to actually win impossible rounds. They try and keep that up though, keep the aggression, keep the hype, keep that energy coursing through.
So, Robertsu, he said you're gonna like this pistol, Snods. On their T side, he said they had something crazy for their T side pistol. So I'm quite excited to see what they're gonna do. She says utility, double HE as well. They might HE towards middle. If there's a face from the side of Radix, then Butter might be walking into a double HE stack, but instead, the nades might be used towards B. Astro towards mid. Link towards connector, and 3 players towards B short right now for the side of CeX. They're trying to take control of the B portion of the map, but the push here from Master might be catching CeX off guard.
This is interesting, obviously with the changes to aim punch, it depends how badly they're going to get pelted when they sprint towards the site. If they actually do get tagged down, they find the initial frag though. Astro will take the fight through, eliminates Bowden. Because now they just try and slow it down. Huge! The double nade, that's fantastic as they saw through. The mortar strike hits the site, blows everyone out of the server. Ardis will do damage though. Ardis sniping away with his USP. Neff as well, critical kills now as he needs to be the decider. Leaves himself in the 1v2, tiptoes up, tries to sliver in towards the smoke as he has to wait on the borderline. That's where he's going to stay, ready to try and peek through. Gets behind them, struggles though as the whip comes through, serves up the apple crumble, and will go down the end to Astro.
Hard position to be in there. He wanted to wait for the plant. When there's a player planting the bomb, suddenly it becomes a 1 versus 1 because the other player's occupied with the bomb. And that's what he wanted to go for, but instead the smoke was fading away. The time was ticking down, he went for the peek. He got 1 kill, but there you have it. CeX, they take both pistols. Both pistols towards the B bomb site as well. A great, innovative play as well. The double HE grenade towards Heaven, getting 2 kills. And there you have it, 11-5. It's looking very one-sided for CeX, especially if they can win versus the force play here from Radix, and then win again versus the Eco. This could easily be a 13-5 scoreline here.
I mean, you look at it even statistically, right? If you win both sets of pistols and you get those 6 rounds, you should win the game.
Well, the thing is, right, on the first half, CeX, they 1 pistol got eco'd.
Yeah.
So actually, CeX have done very well in the buy rounds. This could have been 12-4. That could have been 11-4 half. 12-4 could be the scoreline currently. But instead, Radix won with those pistols. Let's see if they can do it again. Bomb going towards A long, typical A default here, coming out from CeX versus the Ecos. Go towards A long, you take the longer range duels. Make sure you have someone towards connector so you don't get flanked from behind. Butter Master head towards connector, trying to see if he can pick off Astro, and there you have it. The first kill given away. Man advantage for Radix, but let's try to trade.
He is getting the tags off, but that's all he's going to do as he will go down. 4v4. You've got 2 Deagles, 2 CZs. Now, the CZ's really only going to be effective in the angles that we're seeing in play right now. Close angles where you could just try and use the element surprise, but they're one-and-done angles. You can't expect to get too much out of this, and there should be response trades from CeX.
Even though the numbers are equal, 4-4, you have to give the advantage to CeX, and they're the ones with the weaponry. And of course, the armor and the utility, and there you have it. 1-1. Ooh, gosh. Wow. So, 1-1 trade towards B short, but actually, Link is the one to shine once again. It's going to be potentially the safe. If it echoes, you might want to save this AK carry on to the next round, but if you can get the fast kill and make this 2 versus 2, there's a chance.
It's the thing as well, Link, definitely someone online that does an awful lot of damage. I was worried we won't actually see that because it seems like in certain environments he just get a bit overwhelmed. Seems like pressure is definitely something that mounts on him very, very quickly. But right now, seeming like he's got composure, he's cool, calm, and collective, and Eccles does damage as well. Eccles starts to make this round winnable as they sprint into action, absolutely bounding through, but Resu, it's all up to him now. Big's round, but Neff will knock him down, hits him with a sucker punch, and that's the defuse coming out in the nick of time here for Radix. 6-11. They want to try and deny that pistol streak coming off the back of CeX.
how are these teams so bad versus the Ecos and the Pistols? My goodness. They have complete control of A-Long. They go through toilet, so great. Let's just take the close range angles, give the Pistols a chance. When you have control of A-Long, you can smoke off bank, you can smoke off CT stairs, molly out truck, flash over, and the site is yours. You can smoke across the site as well if you want to, if you don't want to peek towards toilets. Instead, there's so many risks being taken versus the Pistols when they're not really warranted. Why are you risking it when you have such a big advantage with the weaponry and the armor and the utility? Nevertheless, it's going to be the fully gear coming out from CeX, apart from LS buying Kevlar and the pistol.
So, Bodemeister as well, read the economy, obviously wants to try and build himself that cash. He goes for the MP9 buy. See if that's going to work, because he is up close and personal. Eccles actually going to take the frags instead. He goes down, but luckily Eccles is finding these critical frags, leaves them in a 3v3. They scavenge a few weapons as well, Snods, and get the bomb planted.
3 versus 2. HE grenade there from LS. Onto LS, sorry, will take him down. No Kevlar though, run out for the side of CeX. Link has to go huge here, lands some incredible first bullet headshots, already gets one. And the 1 versus 2.
Can he get any more? Unfortunately not, as they will double face. They play it clever, but Radix, by no means a clean round. They lose 3 players. That's a lot of cash they're going to have to reinvest.
11-7. 4-round advantage still there for CeX on the T side. It's going to be 5 AKs here, no AWPs for them. I like this play. Usually, you've seen the AWPs being bought, a distinct lack of utility, but instead, maybe Astro's not feeling it. He is 7-11 right now in terms of kills. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to harp on someone for not having a lot of kills in the game. It happens. Usually, Astro is one of the star players in performance for the side of CeX right now. They're winning, so it seems like someone else is feeling his shoes, which is less. But I respect it. If you're not feeling it with the AWP, just take the rifle, play the contact style of CS, or the execute style of CS, sorry. So the boost comes out. It should be a first kill if for Dominant it is. Man advantage, but Echoes the fast reply. Right, goes for the second as well, sprays the second. And there you have it, the 3 versus 3, but it still favors CeX.
Yeah, it's true. They're in a good position. You can see those actually slowly tip-turn back round, unsure of where they want to commit to just yet, Snods. It seems like a B play could be in order, though. Rezu listening out for audio cues. You can hear the pitter-patter of their footsteps as they storm off over towards the A side.
And that's important as well. If he hears players towards water, he can molly it out. If he hears a player towards heaven, or player run towards CT, run back and rotate towards heaven, you can ask for the smoke, you can ask for the smoke lower. If he hears a player or spots a player towards barrels, ask for that Molotov. So CeX will be copying Radix's style of approach, and there you have it. Rezu with the first kill towards an F.
Nice headshot. Ape is ready as well. He was in position. He definitely could have done more, but unfortunately will fall as Link will snipe him, just the better player in that scenario. Ardis gets a bit cheeky as he wants to try and play around the smoke, but is it going to work out for him? Just has to hold his own right now. Will eventually expand over, clearing these angles, but if he doesn't check short, he will go down. Astro, as soon as he saw his head, snipes him.
12-7. The reset here for Radix. Look at their money here, Jack. After being reset, they're almost forced to go for the force buy. Then again, if they saved here, what is it, 1 point? So no, Capers would have 3,700, so could only buy a Fatmas for UMP, couldn't buy the M4. If they save this round, they're only going to have, what, 1, 2... They're only going to have 3 rifles, 3 M4s, sorry, they could have a Fatmas as well. Onto Neff potentially, but then again, the weak buy, and they're giving away another round here for CeX. This should mean, in theory, Jack, but obviously we see some crazy things already today, 30-7 scoreline, and a round here for CeX where they can build up cash. I don't think people... Teams sometimes don't take this into account. When you don't force buy and you go for the ecos, you're giving a round away where CeX can have 4 or 5 stay alive. They can get kills or potentially SMGs, or just having the clean slate of 4 or 5 stay alive is enough to build up your bank to be able to afford another buy going into the next round in case Radix do win that aforementioned buy round.
Let's see how it will shape up, though, and what scenario we're going to be left in. Is this going to be that 13th round grab? Will there be a bit of an upset coming out from Radix here? It was only a bit of a dabble. As you can see, it's just the 2 CZs and that P250. So unlikely they will have too much potential to actually win this one. CeX as well, basically just blocking off all map control right now as they divide across the site, tiptoe through, and then most likely want to go for this late round A take.
50 seconds now on the clock. 4 players towards B. They're going to leave Eccles alone towards A. Going for the risky stack. Eccles playing over aggressive though. He wants to get spotted. He wants to give the impression that potentially there's a stack towards the A side, but actually gives away the first kill. There you have it. Link finds the first, and now 30 seconds left. A bomb site up for grabs here for CeX. Is looking likely that this goes 13-7.
You can see the CeX, they're not going to be charging in. They don't realize there's a welcome mat down on the site just yet. So they're playing it slow, playing it timid, as they want to clear every individual angle. Only just will they get the bomb down now. Still waiting as well, so there's a lot of time that could have potentially had that bomb timer ticking down, had them in good round after plants. So it does leave them in a bit of a sticky situation. But the retake still only with a few pistols. They shouldn't do too much. They have good after plants. They just need to find these frags and win this one out.
Yeah. Right now, rounds are crucial, of course, but it's money as well. CeX, they don't want to be reset once again. And now 5-3 in terms of the kills. High chance here, as I say, that Astro will, of course, die. Trying to see if he can get some more kills on the board for himself, but actually gives away and kill himself. There you have it there. Nice spray down from Dom. Neff last live the 1v4. A good round here from CeX. Was a clean one at that. So, 13-7. 6-round advantage for the T side. They need 3 more rounds to close out this first map here, Jack. Radix needing 9. So, for Radix, what's the plan of action? What's the reply to the onslaught that CeX have been bringing to them? Or for Border Master, max 7 to K-Piz, UMP onto Artists, 2 and 4s again. I mean, they keep forcing these pistols and just not giving themselves enough room to get good enough buys.
Talk about aggression as well. CeX are going to want to sprint straight in. K-Piz, this weapon, close range, definitely can be a recipe for absolute disaster for CeX. They play it smart. They make the noise, they show their presence, show a little bit of leg, just a tad, and then decide to back off.
Modest, of course.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, they run number 21, 1 minute 20 on the clock. Aggression here from Eccles. Bottom Master will find the first because traded out. Eccles from behind should be able to try and see if he can get the information here. But actually, Dom, he's ready for the play. The bomb is towards Connector, but the bomb was not spotted by Eccles. So right now, Radix have to be worried that CeX can go back towards A and try and take advantage of that. There you have it again. Link actually goes down there. So with the UMP, Artis wins the duel. It's going to be the 3 versus 3.
Very odd there. Link actually in that scenario, normally you expect him to win that duel. Does fall short though, so it's a 3v3. It's close, but in terms of the arsenal they actually have on Radix and the situation they're left in, it's not fantastic. They have to rotate over, try and regroup. You can see them going with a triple threat play, just sprint in. These troublesome terrorists want to try and pick this round up. Let's see if they can achieve that.
30 seconds left. Good rotation coming out from Radix now, so expecting the play towards A. Full utility right now into the side of CeX. They can do is execute. Smoke towards Bank, smoke towards CT. And the screens, you can see it. Here it comes, the execution hit from CeX.
Charging straight in, they got the Molotov to block off the line of sight, so you can't see where they are. Starves them for information. But Neff, this is very clever, gets to the backline. He's got to deny the plant here, and he wins the round, but he focuses on the wrong player. So awkward as he goes down to Dom of all people as well. So Dom still finding so many impact frags throughout the game. He does fall in the end. It's a 1v1. K-Piz, the AWP retake. He doesn't have a kit as well, Snods, so he has to try and be a little bit quicker on here, a bit snappy with his decision making. He can't try and clear every angle. Switches out to the AK, grabs a molly in the transition as well. It's him versus LS. LS just waiting. Normally deadly in these scenarios. Had more confidence there, just held his own, find the frags. You can see K-Piz, a bit of a stutter as he wasn't quite sure if he wanted to go for the commit. And once again, broken in terms of their economy.
Such a nice play from Neff, you can see. He brains them because as soon as the bomb goes down, I mentioned before, when you're in a 2 versus 2 or 1 versus 1 of the players planting, it's essentially 1 versus 1. He goes through the smoke. That's why Dom wasn't expecting K-Piz to be behind, because he thought there's a player towards Bank that came through that smoke, and Neff was the player towards CT, but instead gets caught off guard. And now, random 22, 14-7, a weak buy from Radix. M4 into Artis. Counter bottom master, upgraded pistols onto the remainder on the CT side, key onto Neff, but it's really not looking too good here. For Radix, it's looking likely this one goes, what, 16-7 here, and a clean sweep so far from CeX.
That's very nicely done as well. If they do actually pick this one up in such a dominant fashion to open it, it's going to be fantastic for them. Not only for the confidence as well to try and get everyone pumped up, because the players that we were a little bit iffy about, are they going to be able to have a fantastic game? They've shown that they definitely can.
Yeah. Well, usually you're expecting Astro, potentially Link as well. LS stepping up, potentially an anomaly. Maybe he's found his form, or maybe the fact that Dom's been introduced to the lineup, he can find more of a comfortable position in the roster in terms of the positions he plays, how he plays on T sides and whatnot. Anyway, enough of that. It's going to be 40 seconds left. 4 players towards a 1 player. It's Rezu going for the 4-1 style of CeX. It's exactly what I was talking about, where they have Rezu go for the lone wolf missions towards the the other side of the map here. Trying to sell the fake, trying to sell the ruse, and already the amount of advantage for CeX is they implode onto this A side.
Scouty plays coming out right now as Bowden was trying to achieve something, but it's just left on the dynamic duo of Neff and Capers. Deagle and CZ, the classic combo. Let's see what it can achieve though. Boost goes out, Capers peering over the top like a very
Hawk, mate.
yeah, like a, you know, he's interested. He's like a giraffe.
Oh yeah.
He's having a look over. He's intrigued. There's nothing there for him though.
No leaves.
Nothing to graze on. Flashbang goes in though, as he will try and run amok on towards the bomb site. They do sprint straight through. What can they actually find? LS going to find himself a very nice frag. Astro as well will take one of his own, so they get that round and they secure themselves at the very least overtime now.
27 kills here for LS. 23 for Link. And right now for the side of Radix, the only player really performing is Neff. Artis, I mean, he's a player you sort of hold to a high standard because he had so much potential. Obviously that game he had versus Method is real, the one that really caught everyone's attention.
Yeah.
Since then hasn't really been showing the same performance, but all it takes is that one map. And that one map to maybe go huge and force his team over the finish line.
Just one moment. One shot. We own it. That's all it takes, mate. Backing off though right now as they do have this crossfire setup ready and waiting. They're locked and loaded to try and unleash a bit of damage. Bowden will get the first frag. Now Eccles hasn't had to fire as well, so they still don't know he's here. And they might actually believe this is clear because of him just backing off that first frag. Depends if they want to debate whether or not he's behind the smoke. They do clear it, but even then they weren't ready. Seem a bit confused, just more of a I have to clear this rather than a looking for the player.
4-2. Bottom Master, MP9 and low HP. Where is he actually currently? Bottom Master towards the A-bomb site and towards long toilets. Capers as well, the AWP. No careful though for him. Neff and Artis towards the B-bomb site. Neff with the Mag 7 towards close short. Smoke comes out towards Heaven, but no flashbang, which means this Mag 7 should go huge.
Oh, Mag 7 just waiting, finds the absolutely fantastic shot, but there's the response. Link does damage as he gets the double kill. Link, my goodness, definitely not like this. You can't close out the first map in this fashion. He's got a free K. It would be an ace to win them the first map here of this best of 3. He's waiting it out as the push will be coming through. 2 players remain. Bowden so low. He just has to sneeze vaguely in his area or trip on any small rock or pebble on his way towards the bomb site and he would die. But Bowden finds the frag.
15-8 now. Radix still need 7 more rounds for the trough. They want a chance of taking this one. CeX, they can still buy, especially now that the bomb was planted by Link. 2 nice shots there towards B short. Grant him that B-bomb sign, allow the bomb to go down. It's an extra $800 cash injection for the T-Bank. So, $10,000 onto a lesser counter over guns for Rezu and Dom. And now to round number 24, Radix, they need to win an additional 7 on the trot if they want a chance of overtime. They can't clinch this one out in regulation. They have to force OT and try and win it again in overtime. Anyway though, it's going to be the UMP once again for Artis. 3 rifles then, AK onto Eccles and then up again onto Bottom Master, this time not onto Capers. Has Kevlar, has the Diffuse Kit and Utility finally. Let's see if having that additional armor mean he goes for the more aggressive plays.
Yeah, that's true. A little bit more of a lifeline there. He can take the extra couple of dinks and try and go for the fight. Meanwhile, CeX tiptoeing through, trying to get that map control ever so daintily. They don't want to overextend too far, but Bowden's in the exact opposite. Now, this is more classic Bowden. Get in their face, get aggressive, and run a lot of risks. Rezu is the lurk. Rezu, unsuspectingly peeks out, but they actually both have a whiff. They don't find anything on either side. No trades. He now just has the information that Bowden's gone for the aggro face.
Player towards Heaven here for Radix. I believe it's Artis. Or towards CT low. Actually, no, he's towards... Oh, wow, they're doing the... not quite the Astralis setup, but close to it. So usually, I'll talk in a second because, oh my goodness, Bottom Master. He just took us down there through the door. And actually, if he peeked out just a second earlier, he would have spotted the bomb going up towards A. So close to getting the information, but close below Cigar. LS now flashes come out. He can cross and go back towards A. And now the bait setup. You can see Artis is baiting for Eccles, and Eccles is baiting for Artis in this scenario. They're the crossfire towards A. Here it comes, the walk up towards long. Linky has to check it.
He had the flashbang as well, ready to try and blind the opposition so they can find the frags. He should respond off the back of this. They push in, but the flashbang's fantastic. Eccles does damage though. Double kill comes through. Cape is going to get one as well. Astro only found one frag. They have bomb control. It's a 2v4, and the bomb is down with 10 seconds. You got to save it.
Yeah. Even though they can win this 2 versus 4, potentially if the bomb was planted, they had the utility they have now, there's a chance, but there you go, 10 seconds left. They could even get the bomb and get it planted, so if he goes down after time, that's huge. Luckily for him, this is the lifeline. Eccles there have 2 crucial kills. Second shot was crisp as well, the flick shot to surmount round number 9. Nevertheless though, still a 6-round deficit here for CeX for Radix on their CT side. Again, Bodemaster with the AWP plays aggressive towards Monster. He's the reason they could have gone 3 towards A, because he had all the information he needed towards Monster.
Ooh. Speedy stuff coming out. They do a sprint their way over and try and go for a play here towards that B bomb site. They are going to slow the tempo down ever so slightly, Snods. But it seems like B could be the play. Actually, the bomb could rotate back through as well, over towards playground.
CeX right now holding for the slow default. Waiting for the push towards long. The push from Party. Obviously, the push there from the last round from Bodemaster has really shaken CeX in their boots because they seem so timid to go for a peek. 1 minute on the clock now, and no map control, no real estate covered here from CeX, as they still haven't got control of anywhere really towards A, but still be sure they will take it to the toilets. They do have Rezu towards B shore, and already it's shaping up like another 4 to 1 round here, Jack, where Rezu alone towards B tries to sell the fake, and the other 4 players go towards A and try to see if they can take the site with the man disadvantage from the CT defense. Flash comes out and actually spots the player. Goes to the spray and tags up top.
Oh, they know where he is though, and those pistols in close range can overpower him, as he was a little bit confused about what they were. Bowden missing that shot. It's horrible, and the nade could have been huge, but he was disarmed, dismantled as well as he went down. Cape is the only one that's done anything for the side of Radix right now. It's a 3v4. Sure, CeX are incredibly low. They're not looking healthy. They're green around the gills. They're limping all over the place. But they still have the better positional play into the round. LS as well, armed with this AK-47, the Kalashnikov, ready to just rip his way through them. But let's see if he can find the frags. Neff going to go out first. Flashbang goes in and try and daze them. They shouldn't actually blind LS though. LS still clear vision 20-20 as he finds these frags. Only going to be one. Neff and Artist does a little bit of damage here as they are pushing their way out. A little bit confused about the bomb location as well. It's all Astro. Astro denies the defuse. Time ticking away. Artist, the last man left standing. He has a kit, but does he have the time? He doesn't have it. Radix, they let it slip. CeX pick up the win. It's a 16-9.
For a second there, you thought Radix had maybe a chance in that retake, but then again, a 4 versus 2. The plays towards the A side, unable to get 1 kill. Still had a slip there, Bodemaster missing once again towards the A bomb side. We need to see him really step up for the side of Radix. It can't just be all Eccles or all Neff.